Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Keeping Up Appearances podcast. You are joined this week by me, Sean, Max, as always, Phil Devine, and a returning guest from, I think it was season 1 of the Keeping Up Appearances podcast. A very popular guest too, Mr. Andy Cantwell. Andy, thanks for joining us.
No problem. Thanks for having me, lads. Good to be here.
Right, yeah. So, yeah, as I say, Andy, it's been a very long time since you came on. And when I was talking to Phil actually a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, told him about getting people back on, and he was like, we need to get Andy Cantwell back on. So we've got a bit of a fanboy here.
Well, that's lovely, but I always feel like when I go on a podcast like this, I'm always like, God, I was terrible there. So
No.
It's nice. It's nice to hear that. But yeah, I had fun the last time, so yeah, happy to be back.
Thank you very much. Right, we'll start then as we always do with an opening question. This one is, well, I was going to say semi-linked to Andy, but it's very linked to Andy. Obviously, Andy isn't the newest star of Stick to Football and the Overlap. He's kind of swept the nation with his inside knowledge on the game. Yeah. So our question is all about Stick to Football. So I was thinking, obviously, the panel currently consists of big name players from around 15, 20 years ago. If the Stick to Football and the Overlap are still going in 20 years' time, which current players do we think will be on the panel? So how it's going to work, we'll all take it in turns, kind of give our reasons, and then by the end of it, we'll have a 4-person panel. I'm not going to say 4-man panel, because Jill's a very useful member of the squad, as you know, Andy.
Of course, she's my biggest ally when I'm in there. So yeah.
Right. Who would like to go first?
I'll go first because I'm worried someone else will say it. I reckon Declan Rice, because I think everyone likes him. I think he'd take like the Ian Wright role of being everyone's best mate. He's always been a fan of them. He's like hugging them, like Ian Wright does. I think, he'll obviously have some insight into things. He's probably sadly going to have won things by then as well. I think Declan Rice is a good one.
Yeah, that's a good show.
Yeah, I think my thinking was it's got to. Obviously, they're all like big six players, aren't they? And I think Declan Rice will spend his whole career being a tryhard and trying to make sure nobody dislikes him forever.
And the thing about Declan Rice is that he always knows when there's a camera on him as well. So he'd be very good at that, with that like performative scanning that he does. So as soon as he sees that red light on, he knows it's showtime. So that's a good show.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so Declan Rice takes the Ian Wright slot. Andy or Max, have you got a player?
I'm between two, and I'm reluctant to just pick a Liverpool player. But I'm actually going to go for James Maddison, who I think I think people like him. A lot of people like him. Some people dislike him, but I think he kind of breaks the mold a little bit with the general football speak that they all do. Do you know what I mean? He actually gives you some insight, and he actually gives you some honesty and behind the scenes stuff. And I think that's what you want in the Overlap. I think he comes across as quite a likable guy. So yeah, I'd go with him.
Yeah, I struggle with this because they're all characters, really, aren't they? Even like Carragher and Neville, and then you got the angry one and Roy, and Ian Wright is really cool and funny. I'm not sure Declan Rice is at that level, but he is that type of character. But I will pick the Liverpool player, and I went for James Milner because he has that boring thing about him, but at the same time, I actually do think he's really funny and quite dry with his humour. I really want to pick someone who's like angry, like Roy Keane. I just can't really think of anyone who would be funny. So I went for boring James Milner.
Okay. This is a mad lineup currently. I like James Maddison because I think people dislike him because he's a bit of a character.
Yeah, it's either one or the other. People either find him refreshing or they're like this guy.
Yeah. He'd be the banter king, wouldn't he? Like he'd always be cracking jokes.
Yeah, that's it.
Side dancers all over the place, just at all.
And then James Milner. I think he'd have to be the Neville character, wouldn't he? Because Neville's just like absolutely inane chat.
I suppose it's probably the Carragher thing of probably knows loads of footy as well.
Yeah,
like, that's what Carragher is, just a walking encyclopedia. So he's one of them too, isn't he?
I think he also might fit into the Roy Keane category, because I also imagine he would probably wouldn't take any messing, would he? Like, you see him, there's those videos of like where he's shouting at Virgil van Dijk, the only player I've ever seen do it. He probably would just, if there's any nonsense going on, he'd be like, shut up, Declan.
He'd kind of keep it in check, you know what I mean? He'd keep the show on the road. And sorry, are we supposed to have direct replacements for the current roster?
No, not at all. It's just they seem to fit certain characters. Mine doesn't fit.
Maybe Carragher, he'd be a bit cheeky or something, you know what I mean? But I'm not talking about Mike Pick again now, sorry. But no, I think that's a good show. Milner is actually a great show because Milner is deceptively funny as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He could almost fill all the roles, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Much like he did.
Yeah, very good point. Mine doesn't fit any kind of mould. And mine, I think, might be, I don't know, you three can maybe know him better than me. I've also gone for a Liverpool player, or former Liverpool player. Someone I think, the person I'm going for is Trent Alexander-Arnold. And,
oh my God.
And there's a theory behind it. Just hear me out. I think if you look at Trent, obviously he was like the some people say like most unbelievable footballer in terms of what he can do with the footy. He's burned his bridges with Liverpool. He's gone to Real Madrid at the time when it's literally on self-destruct. I'm looking at his career. I'm going, where's he going from here? Like, I'm not saying he's leaving anytime soon. Where's Trent going from here? Is his career? He also, can't get in the England squad. You go, does his career almost in the next 10 years just peter out? And then he's just a bit angry, maybe in the Roy Keane way. And he just starts saying what he wants. He's a pundit and he says what he wants. That's what I'm thinking for Alexander-Arnold.
So it's like his career has gone so shit that he has nothing else to lose.
Yeah, I can kind of
join the overlap.
That's the maddest shows ever. That
it's so mad.
The best shows would be saying his brother would be on it.
Yeah, you can't shut him up, can you?
Have you seen his Twitch streams where he talks absolute nonsense in?
Yeah.
No, I was torn between both fullbacks. So I thought about Andy Robertson.
I was thinking
he's a laughing. He's a bit of a character.
Yeah, he'd be a good one.
But no, I'm going with Trent. I'm telling you, clip this up, and in 15, 20 years' time, when we're definitely still being watched, prove me right.
I reckon you should have picked Dewsbury Hall because his comments before the derby really wound me up. Because he said, walking through the streets of Liverpool, he's only ever met Evertonians. And I had a chat with my granddad about it, and we both agreed that the only reason that is because a Liverpool fan could walk past him and not know who he is.
True.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Absolutely anonymous. It's been playing on my mind a little bit. Don't know if you can tell.
I can tell, yeah. Still fuming.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, and you won. Get over it.
It was weeks ago, and we won. And I was all game. I was like, "Who do you think he is? Who does he think? I don't even know who he is." What is it, James Garner? Don't know.
Yeah, he does have quite
the better one.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So there's your answer. The final lineup. Gary Neville, if you're watching, get them involved already. We've got Declan Rice, James Maddison, James Milner, and Trent Alexander-Arnold. Somehow, I don't think that's going to sell as well. Andy, I think we might need you on the panel then.
That's pretty good. I keep trying to get in there. Like, it's just I just keep oversharing.
Andy, you can replace the Scouse guy who brings the tea at the start.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He's really got him. He's like best mate with Paul. Going to
I had the theory about him watching it the other day. Because obviously, I think the last one, Neville literally spends about 15 minutes talking about what your favourite crisps are. I reckon that Scouse lad hates Gary Neville, but he knows he's got to be nice to him because he's his boss, and he's like, if I'm going to get it out of this career, I need to just be nice to Neville.
If I'm going to keep going to Salford training, I've got to be nice to Gary Neville.
Talking of the overlap and stick to football, Andy, just out of interest, obviously your videos have kind of been I mean, they're just. I honestly think they're amazing. The editing of them and everything is just so
Cheers.
good. Has anyone been in touch with you from that world and the overlap world?
Yeah, do you know what? The overlap actually, we're in touch. And I got an email from a producer a couple of months ago saying, "Oh, first of all, we love your stuff, and we all regularly share the sketches in our WhatsApp group chats." I was like, "That's amazing," and because I was going to go on the fan debate, there was like a World Cup qualifier special that was coming up, and it was like amazing. And they even said, they were like, because the fan debate set is like just at the back of the Stick to Football set, like they're just back to back. They just flip the cameras around, and they were like, "Oh, and you can even use the set if you want to make your next sketch." I was like, "Are you joking?" And then they were gonna like fly me out and all this, and I was literally 2 hours before I was supposed to go, I got an email from them saying like, "Yeah, just obviously with everything that's going on in the world, we're cancelling the show." And of course, I'd be heading like, I don't know what's going on half the time. So it's like I'm checking the news, like what's going on in the world, and it was the whole like Trump, Iran, Israel thing, and loads of flights were cancelled and all that. So it was just like, yeah, so it's not happening. I was just like, that is devastating. But so yeah, but so like that was the closest I got to it. But like a few of the lads, like I think Carragher shared one, and like Ian Wright likes a few of them sometimes. So like they're aware of them anyway. It's just it's mad to think what are they actually thinking with some of the stuff that's in that thing, you know? But yeah, it's been good. It's been good so far. Good reaction. It's just hard to think. You know what I mean? Like I would do them a lot more, but it's like one of them where it's you know, it's it takes so long, and it takes so long to edit and stuff like that it's, you know, I can only do them once every while, you know.
Yeah.
Sorry, I think I might have cut out there while I'm talking.
No, you're good.
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, I think that's unbelievable.
Yeah. Did you hear all what I just said there? Because
we got all of it, Andy.
I think they're trying to reconnect.
Oh no, you're all good.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah, I think the fact that, as you say, the fact they're aware of you, that's the most unbelievable thing.
It's in the world. Yeah, it's very weird, but no, it's been great. Like they've gone really well, and I have a lot more sort of. I do have some like general thoughts on the next one. It's kind of like generally, I'm always just trying to find that big laugh in an episode where everyone's like, ha, 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 and then like just cut in with something real like uncomfortable like that. So I'm always just on the lookout for some big uproarious laughter that I can just make awkward, you know.
You'll have us all trying to predict now when you're going to do that. Like we're all going to be listening to the podcast, going, it'll be that moment. He'll use it then.
Yeah. See, I was going to say you can do it on this podcast, Andy, but we don't normally have big laughs, so yeah, you got no chance.
Sorry, lads, you are breaking up there. Just 1 sec. Sorry. It's probably my internet, even though I'm right beside it. Here we go.
Right. Can you hear us, Andy?
Sorry about that. Sorry, my connection dropped or something like that. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
It will sometimes look like it's blurry, Andy, because it's a stream. It'll sometimes look like it's blurry, but it's coming through clean. So you
go. Oh, grand. So how much of that did you hear? What I just said?
Everything.
Did you hear
Great. All of it. Another question. Andy, if you don't... sorry, go on.
No, I was just gonna say it's been mad. I do, my goal of it is that I can go on there and that they'll either play along and like just be really indifferent to me, and like, you know, because I was thinking when with the fan debate, when I was like, oh, maybe because Carragher, it was going to be Carragher and Owen actually, and I was like, shit, I hope Owen hasn't seen all those sketches I made about him.
Yeah.
So I was a bit like, I was excited to meet Carragher, but equally I was a bit like, hi Michael. But I was hoping like maybe could I convince Carragher to just do one like on the set or something like that. So hopefully I get to go back again and we can do that. But,
I reckon they would. You know, I feel like they're always looking for like clips and stuff, aren't they? I feel like it's a match made in heaven.
I think, I mean, I mean, because they do just tend to wheel people out who are like selling some weird product or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, or this new thing where it's like fan of the week or something like that they bring on. You know, like, so they do bring on other nobodies. You know what I mean? So maybe.
Yeah. Well, I was going to ask you, Andy, just in terms of your videos, because obviously we will move on to VAR very shortly. But
yeah,
the first time I was aware of your videos was all the commentary videos you used to make behind the scenes at Stockley Park.
Is my fate. That's what got me into the Cantwell scene. Was the
which one?
The Benteke Martial one. Because that's actually been a real bugbear for me for years. Is the Martin Tyler commentary on that?
It's unbelievable. Like, I mean, like, and like, because like I actually kind of accidentally stumbled into like I literally, because I wasn't part of like, you know, football social media then. I would just have me just, you know, following my friends and a few football accounts or UFC or music or actors or whatever it was, and I was not aware of this thing that was already going on with Liverpool fans and Martin Tyler really under like selling goals. But there was one, the first one that I did was the Minamino. Like, I think he got like an equalizer against Southampton or something like that. And it was just the way he said it, where it's like, oh, it's 1-1. It was just like he sounded so disappointed, and I just thought like that's so funny. But yeah, but I'm glad. I'm like I kind of stopped because, you know what, I kind of thought he's getting so old now. I would hate to keep doing it and then like he like passes away or something like that, and then all of a sudden I'm like, I don't know, I would feel like such a prick. I felt like I want to give enough space between doing it and, like, you know, whenever that time comes. I don't know why I'm even talking about this. But, you know, I had it in my head. I'm like, nah, I think that's enough. And then also like my TikTok got suspended, and weirdly enough, the very next day he announces his retirement. So I have a feeling he had something to do with it. So he
makes you think that, doesn't it?
I watched a thing on Liverpool in like the 70s, and Martin Tyler, like I think it was like 77, the European Cup. He's at like the Liverpool hotel interviewing all the players before they get on the bus, and he's absolutely buzzing, like, to be there, absolutely loving it. And now he just hates us. He just comes across like he hates us.
Do you reckon he got sidelined at some point? And
stop being like,
that's the issue. Like, someone stopped calling him, and then he's decided, like, well, they're not the club for me anymore.
You can still hear him on like the world feed. Like, it's still kind of the same. It's, you know what I mean? It's just that sort of just like,
I was just going to say, I think so. You said he was with the Liverpool players, and then all of a sudden he hated them. I think that just
all of a sudden.
Oh well, I think that's what happens the most time for Liverpool fans and players. You do just naturally. Trust me. I've had my whole life. But any time Liverpool fans just very quickly start to just dislike them.
The bitterness is oozing out of you, Sean.
Never, not me. Not me. Right, well, talking about VAR, obviously we've had a very big VAR incident yesterday as of recording, and at the weekend if you're listening to this. I think the man at the centre of it was also the centre of one of your videos, Andy, wasn't he? The Luis Diaz incident.
Yeah. Oh, was it the same? It was the same.
Yeah.
England.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. But like, the thing for me, I'm sorry, I'm just going to jump right in because I've been really like, because Liverpool have been so like, you know, the last few weeks, like I've genuinely found, just out of pure hatred, that I'm more invested in Arsenal, in hate watching Arsenal, than I am in love watching Liverpool.
Well,
just like, it's like, oh, we drew, we lost. Okay, but what are they going to do? But yeah, it like, I can't get my head around. It's just I mean, VAR in general is just, if you have to look at it 20 times and slow it down, like, could you argue it's not a clear and obvious error? Like, that's one thing, you know, whether or not it's a foul or there was a foul before the foul, or the fact that they've been doing that the whole season themselves. It's just, you know, anytime a ref is sent to the monitor, it's like unless you've made an absolute howler here, like you've missed someone just decking someone, or like anytime there's like the ref thinks there was enough contact for a pen. Like there was a Liverpool match a few months ago in the Champions League where it's like, oh, it was against PSG, and it was like, yeah, it's a pen, and then he goes to the monitor, and then it's like, actually, just have another think about that. It's like, yeah, actually, I don't think it is a pen. Like that's not what it's for. Do you know what I mean? It's for if you made an absolute howler. So it just like as soon as I seen him going to the monitor, I was just like you just know what's going to happen, because they're never going to overturn what they're been told. You know,
It's for me. It's the whole, like, the rest of the scene. It's like they've cut out all of the players, and they've gone, right, just look at this foul here on the keeper. Don't worry about this player wrestling this one, or this one wrestling this one, or this fella on the ground over here. Just look at that bit. And you go, all right, that's a foul then. But there's so much going on. You can't.
Yeah.
I think it's got to. I think you've got to go to just being cut and dry. Ball in and out. Sound. Red cards, like, as in, like, a foul, you can check that. But there's so much going on there. I reckon there's probably 3 pens, probably 2 free kicks to Arsenal. You can't, but like, it just doesn't balance. And like, obviously, you look back over the season, as Andy said, there's been like 3 or 4 for Arsenal where there's some, like the first goal of the season was against United,
like the worst one,
and they basically grappled the goalie, and they go, no, it's not a conspiracy or anything. Like, it's just fellas being sent to a screen when they don't know what they're looking at. They don't know what they're doing. I don't think they do.
Yeah. And also, like, I can't believe still that, like, why can't we hear the audio live like you do in rugby? Like, what, like, literally, why not? Or why can't we hear it later that day instead of this, like, cherry picked Howard Webb? Like, here's 5 clips from the last, like, 100 decisions that we think we come across pretty well in. Like, why can't we just hear exactly what's going on? Like, I think if there was more transparency, I'd have just less hatred of it, because you're just there waiting. And like you said, Philip, like, there was like 2 infringements before the arm over the keeper. You know what I mean? Like, so if you're calling it back for anything, it's just like the whole system just seems so flawed, where you're just like, what can we disallow? Like, they're just looking, is there anything that's there that we can disallow it for? And it's so mad how bad it's gone.
Are we not at a point as well? Obviously, Phil, you've kind of given a reasonable explanation or a reasonable solution, which is make VAR get involved in clear-cut decisions. Whereas, like, there was a fella on that match of the day last night. If everyone's seen him,
He's not some fella. He's been the assistant referee at World Cup finals, but okay.
Loser.
Your referee friends, Phil.
I know, yeah.
Everyone.
I'm a referee. I know all that.
Have I got a photo with Darren Cann and Mike Malarkey? Yes, I have.
So Darren Cann, he was on Match of the Day, and his solution, which I thought was absolutely mad, and I feel like when you think about where maybe the state of football is and how kind of stupid the rules are going, his solution is no attacking players can be in the 6-yard box for a corner. That's the solution to it.
No, I think that sounds, because it's an absolute farce now. When you like, when I'm stood on the cop and I'm looking at a corner, you see them all grappling, and it's just a nonsense. So
just give a penalty.
No, but it's not, because the ball's not in play yet, so you can't give a pen.
But you can't just let the ball, because the problem is now with these referees, the players are doing. This is what I feel like caused yesterday. The players are grappling because they know the ref will pull it back. If the referees let the ball come in, give a penalty, it would stop.
But it could be a free kick the other way. Like, no, I think.
Yeah, I know, obviously, just use your eyes.
You don't, like, his thing was, and I didn't mind it. I don't want to, like, I've said it already, but I said it a couple of weeks ago. You don't let attackers in for a goal kick on a goal kick into the box. So it's just the same as that, and it's not that they can't go into the 6-yard box at any point. It's only when the ball's played. It just means you can't stand on the goalie, which is a nonsense anyway. Like, because he just stand there.
And then are we going to get VAR situations where someone crossed into the 6-yard box before the ball was kicked and all that shit? It just leads on to other things and all these like mad rule changes.
I would just get rid of it. I think it probably works for offsides. But even that, like when you actually kick a ball, when do you kick a ball? Is it the moment your boot touches the ball? Is it as you've put power into it? Is it as it's left your foot?
That's a big thing that I don't think enough people look at. Is like you could choose if you wanted, if you know the way when they go frame by frame, and it's like, well, who's to say the kick didn't start here instead of here? And it's like no one, like everyone's always looking at like the player running on like the line, but like how, like if you're really going to get that granular, like you could easily make a case a couple of frames before or a couple of frames after that, like
a huge difference.
Yeah.
It's like a philosophical argument. Like when does a kick become a kick? You know?
Yeah.
Is it as he swings his leg? Is it as he just about touches the ball? Is it as there's all sorts. And in that time, these players probably move 5 yards. Like I probably move 6. So you know.
Who was it you compared yourself to again in that game? James Beattie, was it?
Listen, I'll compare myself to anyone. I actually sent a text, and we'll get onto this on Saturday. When Chiesa came on, I actually sent a text to someone in the ground saying, I think I could have him in a race. I genuinely think I could, because he's the slowest man on earth. Yeah, like I don't know whether it's gone too far now. You're not going to get it, you know. You're not going to get the thing in the bottle. I've lost me turn of phrase there, but you can't get the genie back in the bottle. There we go. Makes sense. There we go. Nailed it. It's already out there, but I think it just needs refining so much. They've gone to try and make it too big. They should have started like they were goal line technology. Bring that in, bring it in, and it was like they went, we've got these cameras. Let's do it. And no, I just don't think it's worked.
Yeah, I think it just needs to be like offsides are automated now, aren't they? Really, to an extent. And I think it works most of the time. Then you got the goal line technology, and then just do serious foul play. Same in rugby, right? You can go in and upgrade a yellow card to a red card. I think that is as much as you need to do and get involved with.
But also with the semi-automated offsides, and it's a weird one because it went for Liverpool this season, but like I lost faith in that this season when it really looked like Wirtz was offside for a goal that was given, and it really looked from the naked eye offside, and then the semi-automated offside came in, and I was like that was the first time where I'm like, what, like is semi-automated offside just kind of like one of those, like it's still us, but like it just takes blame out of it. It's like, well, the computer said, you know, whereas like that was the first time where I was like, oh, now I have doubt about that as well, because even though I was happy that we scored, I'm like pretty sure that was offside.
Yeah, I remember that game because it was like the cut of the grass was just like there's the line, and then the line came back and it wasn't even on the cut of the grass. It was like okay. So
it was one of them. Where I was like, no, I have no faith in that now.
In terms of the VAR, then going back to that Arsenal one, and obviously I've said in the past I'm a bit of a conspiracy theorist. Obviously, it's the Everton in me that the man is trying to relegate us. Is there any world where that decision yesterday goes against Arsenal? Ever? Would that in England and the VAR team, would they have ever made a decision that was going to have such a big impact on the league title?
No, I don't think so.
They would never go to, really.
No,
it was only going to be like,
and like
it's leaving it out.
And they're not even thinking of like, oh, West Ham season depends on this decision as well. It seemed to be very much like, are we going to have a say in the title race? But I feel like that's just, I think the refs generally always take the path of least resistance. It's like just down to a basic level. The player goes on the ground, like, you know, it's not a foul, but he blows for a foul because it's just easier. It's less of a spotlight on him. Do you know what I mean? And just the same, like VAR is less of a spotlight on him. It's all kind of, it's like it's a few lads over here, and then they're semi-automated here, and I feel like they just kind of, they're always kind of looking to just absolve themselves a little bit. So I feel like that would have been too big of a call for him. You know what I mean? Because they could have just chose to look at, like we were saying, the fouls that happened before. You know, context for the whole season that hasn't been given as a foul any of these other times. So like I think it was one of those like human emotion had play in that, you know.
Yeah, I think it was one of them where I think the VAR people are very lucky that it was kind of a correct decision in that way. Like as in, it was a foul on the keeper. So, but I think it's weird. I think they're lucky that it was because, as I say, even if it wasn't, they were never going to give it any other way. So,
well, he did give it. They did give it. They gave the goal.
No, I know. I know. But then VAR are obviously going to look in the box where there's a Royal Rumble happening, and they're going to go, "We're going to find something in here."
Well, like I don't know. I think you lose. It was a foul. Like the issue is were they correct to ignore everything else, but the action was a foul, and the argument for the pens was, well, if the goalie just catches that, which he would have done, there's only one foul I think that actually matters. I think it's Mavropanos, the front post. He might have got his head on it had he not been grappled, but the whole thing comes down to, does Kepa, no, it's not Kepa, is it? It's Raya.
Raya.
Does he catch the ball? If he catches it, the game's dead anyway. So it wouldn't have then gone behind him and been a potential pen. I think, I don't know, the big team thing getting decisions, it just happens to good teams because they, like, not normally in defensive situations, but attacking situations, it happens because they're on the attack a lot more. So Liverpool get more penalties than Everton because Liverpool attack more than Everton. They're in the box more times than Everton.
It's true, Sean. Just take it.
It also isn't, so that's fine. But yeah.
Liverpool will be in the box with the ball more times than Everton in a season.
Yeah, no, I know, but
especially with Tiano Barry playing.
But yeah, that is a good point. Especially when he fouls himself, that's the issue. I know that's the thing for me, and again, it's a big conspiracy. I wish Callum was here because Callum will back me up. He loves a conspiracy against Liverpool. But the thing is, there's that video going on. Is it Scudamore, the Premier League chief or whatever his name is? Is that his name?
No,
they used to be, didn't he?
Oh,
Scudamore.
I think.
Yeah.
Well, whoever it was, and he says the Premier League have got a plan to have a new name on the trophy every 6 years or something like that. And it's like the fact that he said something like that, which is a mad thing to say. And then we've introduced a system that can dictate games. I don't know. It's all very suspect.
Conspiracy.
That's what any competition would say because it keeps it fresh.
Have you got your tinfoil hat there at the side there, Sean?
Oh yeah, honestly,
it doesn't. It slips off my head. I don't listen. I'm just throwing the cat amongst the pigeons. That's all I'm doing. But yeah, right. Well,
amongst the COVID vaccines.
Well, I told you, Callum will back me up. Moving on then, let's keep on Arsenal. Say Arsenal, obviously, now that the Premier League have gifted them the title. Say they win the title, and then the following week they go on and win the Champions League.
Oh, don't.
From where we are now, I know obviously you're not happy. Where we are now, we're looking at this season and going, absolutely terrible season. Like Arsenal have just played anti-football, blah blah blah. In 10 years' time, when people look back on it and they go, Arsenal won the Premier League, Champions League double, does this season go in amongst like the greatest ever? As in, when we forget the nitty gritty, do you not think it will? The fact they've won the double.
If they win both, they have to because
like their greatest season ever.
No, like within the Premier League, because is it 3 teams who've ever won the Champions League, Premier League same season?
United, City, and them, I guess.
United 08 as well. They win the league.
Yeah. Liverpool have done it when it was first division, but obviously football didn't count before then. So it does count. Did it twice, but right. That's what football's about, winning trophies. Doesn't matter how you're doing it. So yeah, as much as I can't stand Arteta, can't stand the Arsenal team, they go on to win Premier League and Champions League. Honestly, it's devastating. I've like Andy said, I have become such a hate watcher. It's been unbelievable. Yesterday, I was watching on the couch with Fred, and when Wilson scored, I jumped off the couch and celebrated. Like it was unbelievable, and then to get dragged away from me. But yeah, like that's you know, they might not play football you like, they might not play football that's entertaining, but it's a results business, and they win the two biggest trophies. I don't think that they can't do PSG. PSG is so good.
Yeah, but it's a one-off game, isn't it? It's like that game's either going to be 4-0 to PSG or 1-0 in the 88th minute to Arsenal. Like,
I've been watching PSG in the flesh twice in the last year almost. They're just so good. Like the lads in the midfield. There's I don't know which one it is. One of them looks like he does politics at uni. He's got like dead long hair. He doesn't look like a footy player, and he just knocks it round like he's not bothered.
Is that the team?
Yeah, him. Oh, honestly, like we were watching, and obviously the other week we didn't think we were going to beat them. You always think there's a chance, but they just knock it round, and like I just turned to my cousin after about 20 minutes, and I was like, "He's a good auntie." But yeah, no, but you know, Arteta will be going down as, you know, does a double.
And you know, that's what you said there, Sean. Like, you go 15, 20 years in front now and like look back. How many of those like seasons do people remember? Actually, they just look at what they won, and that'll be the case, and they'll be in history among the best teams to do it. Unfortunately,
I think definitely like it'll be one of the best accomplishments of a team in a season. But I don't know, when you say like, will it be one of the best Premier League seasons of all time? I'm just kind of like, I don't know, like I'm just kind of judging that on like, was it good? You know, and it's not. You know, like they're obviously a good team and they play a certain way and it works for them. But in terms of the quality and, you know, all that sort of stuff, I don't. You know, I think this has been. I don't think this has been a good season at all. I mean, I know, look, I probably am a bit biased, yes, because we've had one of our worst seasons as well. But just in general, the way football is, you know, being played and all that sort of stuff, I can't look at this season and think that was one of the best seasons of all time. You know what I mean? But like accomplishment wise for them, 100%. You know.
Yeah, no, me thinking was more that obviously, as you say, it's a football's a data game now, and people will look back on what was won rather than how it was won. I also think the Arsenal fans online will do a very good job of rewriting the narrative. I feel like they've already done that since yesterday. They're rewriting the season and how it looks. So, yeah, I've got a feeling in 10 years' time, when we've all forgotten how much we hated it, everyone will look back and go, yeah, that's one of the Premier League great teams. That, when we obviously say we know it isn't.
It could be a season that changes a lot of things, though, because all this set piece nonsense, it could change a lot of rules. Like the long throw thing where it takes 30 seconds, 40 seconds. They already spoke about bringing in a rule where you've got to take your throw in within 10 seconds and all that. Like, we could look back in 15 years and be like, do you remember that Arsenal team that won the double, but changed the rules for everything because of how they played? Because that would be the reason. They were the ones who brought it all in, the long throws. Yeah. Like, it's one of them. For me, City have just thrown it away, because any City team in the last 6 years would have walked it. Any City team that we've been up against and just pulled results. That Everton result last week was just the most un-City thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But they just fall apart. For 10 minutes, they did it against Everton last week, and they did it against Forest, where they just have a mad 10 minutes, fall apart, and then that season over. They should have walked this, because Arsenal aren't that good. They scrape results. They're not an attacking. It's the first time in years where the best defence has won it, because it's been down to attack for the last 10 years. But yeah, oh God.
So, can I ask you, when Everton, this is going to be a dumb question, because obviously you're going to like, you know, Everton to do well, but was a big part of you not thinking like, shit, when it was 3-3, or like just in general, the fact that you took 2 points off City, are you so steadfast all about Everton, or was the part of you, you know, that?
I'll be honest. So if you remember, When was it? Yeah. When was it? 13-14, when Liverpool were going for the title.
Yeah.
I remember being at Goodison Park when City came to Goodison with about 2-3 games to go.
Yeah.
And
it was the day before the Palace game, now.
Was it?
Yeah, that was the day before Istanbul. Yeah.
Okay. And I remember we went, if I remember right, we went 1-0 up. Ross Barkley scored a worldie.
Absolutely. Me and Dad were in town and it was bouncing.
Yeah, he's like, he cut across it, whipped into the Garden Street, and I was like, oh my God, we're going to beat City. I was fuming. And then City ended up winning like 3-2 or something. I was like, genuinely, loads of us on the ground were celebrating City scoring. It was a big thing, because if you remember, was it last year or the year before when Tottenham fans weren't sure if they wanted to beat City or not?
Yeah.
Like, I remember that was a thing for Everton with Liverpool back in the day when they were going for the title 10 years ago. A lot of the ground wanted Everton to get beat because, like, as much as football's about your team, I hate Liverpool, as you know, and I do not want them to win anything. And I'll be honest, I'd expect you to be the same. Like, I'd expect you to want anything but us to do well. Do you know what I mean? In terms of this one, don't get me wrong, because it's not Liverpool, I'm not as bothered. I can't bear Arsenal currently, and Mikel Arteta's just doing me head in. Yeah. So it's not quite as bad. But equally, I didn't think we were going to get Europe. I knew our season was pretty much done. Yeah. I would have liked the title race to still be level going into the last couple of games. I think that would have been well better.
Yeah, like it's different. It's different when you have something to play for yourselves or there's something that you're striving for. Then like you wouldn't even give it a second thought. But like, I just kind of thought like, if only. Yeah. I mean, it's still possible, but like it's funny because I even remember one of my first memories of supporting Liverpool was like my auntie and my cousins were all down at my house, and it was the last day of the season when Blackburn won it, and it was Blackburn versus Liverpool, and I remember my auntie just cursing at the TV when, like, I think Redknapp scored a free kick or something like that.
Belter a free kick as well.
Yeah, and she's like, no, and I remember I was like only a kid. I was like, what is it? And then someone had to explain to me that, like, it was just my first introduction to rivalries in general. It's like, well, if Liverpool win, then Man United, all this sort of stuff. So that was kind of like my introduction to football. But yeah, I still think there's like one more mad result. There has to be one more. They're gonna lose to Burnley at home. I'm telling you, it'll be 0-0. Play it safe, do what they do, and then Burnley will shock them or something like that. Please clip this up when that happens.
Yeah, absolutely. I just can't see it myself. I work with an Arsenal fan, and I was talking to him today, and I was like, they've pretty much switched off now. They're almost just like not. I mean, they're obviously still worried about the bottle because obviously the bottle job is huge with Arsenal, but they're kind of just a bit like that feels a bit wrapped up. They're going to be playing a Burnley team who are down. They're going to be playing a Palace team who then go on to play a Conference League final 3 days later. I just can't see a slip up there at all.
No. We're done. Yeah, we're done. It's finished.
Wishful thinking. Really, really, really wishful thinking.
Yeah, it's crazy. Genuinely, it is mad how much Liverpool fans care about this, considering you're not in the race.
And it's not
it's mad that we're not supporting Arsenal. That's how bad the Arsenal thing is, because we've had our battles with City. We know what it's like going up against them. We should be going relaxed. Like, I'm not saying City have never been like an actual rival. They're a sporting rival, but there's no rivalry between us and City. City fans would love that to be the case, but it's not. But the fact that this fella leading that group of players has led us to be like rooting for, the oil merchants that are City is bananas. But he's done it. Yeah, like, fair play to him. He's unified the whole country. Like, we're stood hand in hand praying Arsenal drop points.
I think it's like,
I can't tell you how I was more gutted watching that game yesterday than I was watching Liverpool on Saturday.
Yeah, I was too. I was actually just pissed off for about 2 hours. I was doing the shop and I just couldn't stop thinking about it. Like as if it's been inflicted on my team. And it just, but like the thing for me is that, like, if City win, I feel like I could just I could just fob that off.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I don't think I've ever encountered a City fan. I mean, maybe one, but like in my everyday life or even online, you just don't hear from them. Like you say one thing, Arsenal fans are everywhere, and I also quite like, this is just from a selfish point of view, of the fact that City have been so dominant and I can just kind of fob off like, oh, that's the 115 charges, that's all the money, that's all that. But like, I quite like looking back at the table and being like, City, Liverpool, City, Liverpool. I don't want another team in that mix yet. Do you know what I mean? Because it's in like, I don't know if this is such loser talk, but like almost City winning almost makes us look better as well, that we're the only team that's been able to stop them in this, not just these, these other lot. And also, it's just really funny if they finish second again. It's all there. I just really don't want them to win.
Right. Well, I think we got to the heart of it there. It's not about Arteta, is it, Phil? It's all about Liverpool. Look at him.
Can I just say, it's Arteta. It's Arteta.
No, at least Andy's honest. Andy's honest. Phil, come on, own up.
It's that man. Honestly.
Right. So let's move on to Liverpool. Obviously, I got 3 Reds with me. The question I was going to ask is, obviously, Liverpool have had just a bad season. You thought. What would, obviously, I've heard for weeks from Max and various Reds who've been on. I've heard about how much you hate in this style of football. You're all bored. People are leaving the ground early. Would you take that again? Another season of this, if it won you the league?
Maybe not the league, because we've done it twice now in the last couple of years. Would I take a European Cup, though? Yeah.
Would you? You put up with another season of this if it got... say a 4th place finish in the league, but you win the Champions League. You having that?
Yeah. 100%. I'd watch Arsenal football and win the Champions League next year. It's bad. Like Saturday was bad. We were all right for like 20 minutes, but then we just look, and I don't know whether it's there's people talking about the fitness of the team. I don't know whether that's an issue. Like it might be an issue. There are lots of players injured. Loads of teams have got injuries, but we just backed off. And I don't know, Cody Gakpo was up front, and I thought other people were doing his running for him. Now, whether that's an active choice because he's not fit, whether it's that he can't shuttle run or whatever, and he's not normally a striker, but like it just looked mad. Players were arguing on the pitch, which you don't see a lot. Like McAllister and Szoboszlai were at each other's throats. Van Dijk shouting at Canate. Doesn't seem to be like a cohesive plan. I actually think Szoboszlai is part of the problem in the fact that he goes running off to close things down, and I don't think that's the system. And then it just leaves massive gaps behind him. Now, I don't know whether he's like, I've got to take it by the scruff of the neck, but if no one else is doing it, you can't do that by yourself. But yeah, it was bad. The leaving early thing, people have always left early. Like since I've first started going the game, people were doing it when Klopp first came in. The times when people don't leave the game is when we've got something in the build up, like a league title or a trophy to be won. People will always leave early now. Like towards the end of the season, there's not much to play for. I thought we were mathematically in the Champions League today. I was having a chat, and we're not. Yeah, it's just one of them. I think I'd got to a point where I actually thought he wasn't going to go. Slot. I think it's just inevitable. I think he's lost the team a bit. I don't want to say it. I don't think he's that bothered either. I think he's like, I've done it now. And he's had a tough year with all the other stuff. And, you don't want to talk about the Jota thing, but it's not happened to a lot of footy teams where a player that plays for them has died and everyone has to just carry on and crack on with it. So, yeah, I think he is done. I think he's not going to come back next year.
It seems like it's one of those, like, it's not all his fault, but I still think that we need to change it because it's just like I wonder, like I have this horrible vision of like that last year's league title being one of the worst things that's happened to us in recent history. Do you know what I mean? Because it means Slot. Like, if it means Slot stays for another year and it gets worse, and the standards, like, you've seen Van Dijk, Robertson, and Salah all kind of mention something about standards and mentality and all that sort of stuff. So I think now is the only time that we can kind of stop that and, you know, get it in check. And I feel this malaise that we're just keep going down and down and down and down. And I would hate to see us in like a year or two just being like another, just, and you know, any other club. We don't have that mentality that we've had for the last 10 years and stuff like that. Now, look, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to hand back the title around, but I kind of think that's really, like, Slot's really hanging on to that. You know, if definitely would not still be in the job if it wasn't for winning the league, obviously. And yeah, I kind of thought myself that he's, because the sort of leaked stuff was like, oh, his job is safe next year. But I've never really heard, like, I wasn't obviously at Anfield, but I never heard such loud boos at full time. And it's not even whether I agree with the booing or not. It just kind of shows where people are at. And it's like, even booing the Rio sub, I know he was kind of explaining it. I think a lot of it is like, his personality is grand when we're winning all the time. And it was quite refreshing because Klopp, everything was so super emotional and, you know, all that sort of stuff. And whereas Slot was like very different. It's like, oh, we're kind of winning, we're comfortably winning games. We're not quite as exciting, but we're winning games. And I think just when you have a season where we're not winning and the manager's not showing that sort of passion, or, you know, I know it's not really in his nature, but I think that's just that's what I want to see. Like, you know, good or bad, just have a go at someone, or, you know what I mean? I think, and I know it's not good, but like when I see him in press conferences now, like I feel like I really defended him for a long time, and now kind of when I see him in press conferences, I'm just kind of like, shut up, will you? Do you know what I mean? And I hate thinking that about my own manager. Do you know what I mean? But I'm just like, oh, shut up. You know what I mean? That's
I think for me, it's difficult. Like, to your question, Sean, I think it's difficult as a Liverpool fan to turn down 2 league titles in 3 years, considering that I was 30 years old. How old were we? 28 maybe when we won that one in 2020. Me. I've only seen the 2 league titles, so to turn it down would be difficult. But it's just painful, isn't it? Like, I was coaching all day yesterday, so I didn't actually watch the game. Watched the highlights afterwards. And I did pick up on the fact that Rio sub got booed. And I think that shows you where all the fans are at, because Rio's very exciting to watch. And he gets at people and he plays for fun. We're just boring. And even last season, at half-time in games, Slot would do something that would change the game, would be excellent in the second half. He's lost that. He hasn't done that well this season. I feel like the way he's managed teams, just poor. And his subs and his choice of lineups and things just have been poor. So, yeah, it's difficult to say that I'd pick a manager who'd finish 4th, but we'd like it. But you'd hope that and lead on to something else. And I think ultimately Xabi Alonso's there, and that's why I think that's why it's so difficult. If it wasn't there, you'd be thinking maybe we hold on because I don't know who else we're going to get. But the potential of having Xabi Alonso being the manager is a bit exciting, I would say.
I don't think it's the answer, but
might not be the answer, but it's the fact that he is an alternative. There's something about it. I think that there was a lot of rumours in the past 2 weeks since we played PSG that Luis Enrique would be a choice in a year.
I'd be into that.
Would be unbelievable. Yeah, I think it'd be very good. Yeah, potential double
today, or like Chelsea are apparently interested in Alonso or something. I seen Ornstein or something tweet about it. Which would be mad. I mean, he'd be mad to go there anyway.
There was a list going around today of like 3 or 4 different managers that we're looking at, and my worry is that 3 or 4 of them are all very different. So it doesn't look to be a plan. Like if Alonso comes in, like, and listen, I'm not a football tactics expert, but he plays 3 at the back. We haven't played 3 at the back since, well, we did it against PSG for a little bit, but we haven't played 3 at the back since Brendan Rodgers panicked in that 14-15 season. So it'd have to be a complete overhaul of the team. I do think.
Do you think?
I don't think it would be, because if you think about, Leverkusen played 3 at the back. He had Frimpong at right wing back. He had Wirtz in the 10. 2
don't get me started on Frimpong.
You got Isak and Ekitike when you get now. He said, when he gets back, the team's there, and you just signed another centre back. And if Leone comes back and you get another centre back, you only need a centre back to make it a 3-5-2. Everyone's there.
Van Dijk's legs are going. Like they've already started.
I think three would. Do you think three at the back? Three would help Van Dijk, that he's got less space to cover and less kind of gambling whether stick or twist. If there's more kind of less space for him to cover as his legs are getting. You know what I mean? And then we might actually play Kirkes and Frimpong as wing backs, which we don't really play them as now.
I don't like watching Frimpong play football. I don't think he's that good. I think he's just got quite quick.
I do miss Conor Bradley a lot.
I know, but unfortunately, he's got legs made of quavers. So
yeah,
he's had hard lines. He had, as I say, he's had injuries. We've got no pace whatsoever, and that's why people love Ngamawa, is because he's one of the few players who can run with the ball and actually run, and run quickly, and pace is what you need. And we've relied on pace for years. Like when the attack, Salah, Mane and Firmino, it was all about pace. We've got no pace. It's so slow, and that's the issue. Is when we get the ball, it's got to be like intricate passing, and that's where them low blocks just come in because it's so hard. Teams can just block passing lanes and can't get through. But yeah, no, I think he's done. I don't know what we do next, but hopefully it comes out, because next year is a big year because a lot of teams are going to be in transition. Pep might go. Chelsea, obviously, United, they'll get a new manager, or they keep Carrick and whatever. So the issue here could be that Arteta goes on a nice run of 2 seasons on the bounce where things fall into place for him. So if you get the right manager in, you've got a chance of having a run at the league.
Yeah. I'll be honest, I obviously didn't watch the Bill the weekend, didn't realise the reaction was that bad at the end.
No, the boos at the end weren't that bad, like being in the ground. There wasn't boos. I'll be honest, the players didn't come towards the cop though. Like, off the top of my head, one was it Kirkes that did a little. The rest of them stayed in the halfway line, and that, I was quite angry about that. Slot went across the referee, shook the referee's hand, gave the cop a little, and then totted off because he thought, if I go down there, I'm going to get a bit of a mouthful. So yeah, the full time, the Ngamawa thing was bad. Apparently he had a knock, but then sometimes it's just about selling it. So if he's told Slot that he's injured, if I'm Slot, I'm saying, go down,
yeah,
and at least let me sell this decision to everyone.
Yeah,
it's just about optics. Just make it look better. But instead, he gets brought off, and everyone's like, "Why are you taking the good one off?" When in fact, the reason. But he can't tell us that he can't. He can't go after review. The reason I'm taking Ngamawa off is because he's got a knock. He's got to wait till after the game, and we're all already on the walk home, and everyone's going, "Why are you taking Ngamawa off there?" You've already started there's no point telling us half an hour later because we've already had the angry moment.
Yeah. There is definitely like a section of fans, particularly online, who are like, because we don't have anything to play for at the minute, are almost actively looking for more reasons to boo and to find issue and stuff like that. So I think that like Rio thing was like a classic one, but I think like there's so much, and like a lot of it's just nonsense, but like you see so much stuff online of just, oh, look at this, look at like any little thing dissected with a little narrative added, that sort of stuff. Now some of it is legit, but just I see a lot of stuff where it's like, it does seem like a lot of people are just wanting to find the next reason that he has to go, that sort of way.
Yeah.
Game time, Sean.
Yeah, it is. So what we'll do, we are going to stick with Liverpool. We're not going to play. I did have a longer game plan, but we'll keep it short. We've talked much longer than I thought we would, which is always good. So what we'll do, we are going to play a game of Tenable, but you three are going to be a team. Obviously, it's you three Liverpool fans. It is a Liverpool-based question. Might be easy, but I've played it so that there's a couple of answers that are all similar, so you might get a little bit mixed up.
Right.
So how it's going to work, obviously at Tenable, you got 10 answers. You can have 3 lives. Get 3 wrong, you're out. That makes sense?
Sounds.
Okay, yeah. So the question is, excluding this season, Can you please name Liverpool's top 10 incoming transfers? So in terms of value, how much you've spent? Top 10. Excluding
transfers we've bought.
Players you've brought in.
in.
Excluding this season, obviously, because the top 3 are all from this summer, so we've got rid of them. So you've got 10 to get. Off you go.
Darwin.
We go one. Oh, can we just talk openly?
Yeah, you can talk openly. You're working together.
Oh, so we okay. Nunes was 75 mil. Depends on who you ask. If you ask City,
85.
Yeah. We go in euros here, Sean, or pounds?
It's on transfer market, so it's euros.
Oh, okay. We'll have to ask Andy to move it over for us.
Nunes, definitely.
Nunes, yeah.
Szoboszlai.
Number one, sorry. Number one down Nunes.
Szoboszlai was about 60 mil.
Yeah. Van Dijk.
Van Dijk was 75.
Oh, yeah.
What do you want to do? Do you want to submit those answers?
Yeah,
definitely Van Dijk.
This is a dumb question, but we have to get the order, right?
No, you don't have to get them in order. No. Just need to get top 10. So in whatever order you come up with. So you've got Nunes at 1, Van Dijk at 2.
Szoboszlai
in 4th.
So I think Keita might slot in the middle there.
How much is he?
Yeah.
The Keita was like 60 million.
Alisson.
Oh.
Was he like 50 or 60?
I reckon that yeah, because I think Alisson was going to be the most expensive goalie, and then Chelsea signed Kepa, so I think that's right. I know, yeah.
Hilarious.
Do you want to lock that in?
Yeah.
Alisson's in number 3, so you got the top 4.
Oh, okay. Then Naby Keita. I'm having Naby Keita, so I don't know whether you know.
Sorry, Alisson was 72.5 million euros.
Yeah. Cheap.
Yeah, it turned out to be cheap, that. Naby Keita.
Are we in agreement, lads?
Don't care.
Fulfill waste of life.
Thought Andy was the captain.
Oh, yeah.
No, Philip, please. You're doing a great job.
Right. Naby Keita's in 5th.
There we go. Wow. Thank you. Told you. How much?
60 million. There should be someone just before Keita. It's Jeremy Jacquet, who you bought this summer. So he's one of the ones who was excluded as well.
How much is he? How much are we getting him for?
63 million.
Diaz, I think Diaz will 40 odd million.
Yeah.
Well, we've got 5 left.
Yep. So far, you're going fairly in order. You've got 5, so
quite good, aren't we?
Yeah, you are quite good.
Yeah, I reckon Diaz should be about 40 odd million.
Yeah, it depends on how low this goes, right? McAllister was 35 million pounds, so if Diaz was 40, it's going to be people similar. Gakpo was what?
Do you want to get McAllister in there to see if he's the bottom one, and then we know what's above it?
Yeah,
we definitely know Diaz is there, right? So should we just not lose lives?
Diaz, go on.
Diaz is in 6th.
Oh my god, could get it in order here.
I know you could.
How much is he?
How much is Diaz?
Diaz was 49 million euros.
I think McAllister is more. I think McAllister is more than 35 because I don't remember any Andy Carroll like things there. You know, comparisons.
Yeah. How many euros is 35 million pounds? 40. He could be. Yeah, I think he'll be on there. Yeah, McAllister.
Yeah,
he's in at 10.
So that's the base.
Okay.
Nice. Okay. So what was that, John? What was that?
He's 42 million euros.
So probably was about 35 million pounds. So what have we got left? 8, 9?
7, 8, 9.
7, 8, 9. Who've we signed last couple of years?
What was Salah?
You
35?
He was like 35, wasn't he? But could he be?
And or Mane as well. Mane was a fair chunk of change.
Salah could either be 9 or 11. That's the problem. If he's around the same as McAllister.
Go Go ahead, throw a Salah in there. Go on. Why not?
Are we letting him go kamikaze?
Yeah.
We've got 2 lives.
Okay. Salah, unfortunately, is incorrect.
What place is he?
He would have been 12th.
Mm. How much is it?
Although I'm going off transfer market, he is the same price as McAllister, 42 million.
See,
but you got McAllister in first, so.
How much was Andy Carroll? He 35?
35.
He was 35, yeah.
35.
Does inflation help?
I know, like. What was the Euro in 2011? Could make all the difference.
Yeah.
Who have we signed in recent years?
Jesus. This is going to annoy me so much when I get the answer here.
How much was Canate?
Don't know.
Is he like 50?
I feel like he was a bit like, surely.
I think Canate.
Young sense.
Gavin Bates.
He was only 20, something like that. I swear he was like a deal.
I'm a bit worried Andy Carroll snuck in the list because of inflation.
Yeah.
Suarez
was less money.
Suarez was less than Carroll. Yeah. Suarez was only about 22 million. It was mad.
Yeah.
That was back when transfer fees were semi-normal. McAllister. Who we signed since like 2019? Kate was that him.
Yeah. Would you like a clue?
Fabinho might be. Was he about 30? He was signed
like 40.
Monaco, wasn't he? It was him and Alisson on the same day.
Oh yeah.
Right, how many lives you got left, Sean? 2.
So technically, you got 2 lives. Yeah.
What do you mean technically? Have we got 2 lives?
What we normally do is 2 lives, and then you're on your lasties, as in like 2 official lives, and you get
4 lives.
Effectively, yeah.
Okay.
How much was Mahmoud Wasn't he a lot?
I think he had to pay a letter as well, didn't he? So it's actually
yeah. Oh, he was summer. Was he the summer? Or was he last summer?
No, he was the summer before. He went on loan to Valencia.
What about Jota?
Not much for him, surely. He didn't look that good.
Yeah.
I hope not. Go Canate.
Yeah.
You okay with that? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just there. Yeah. Go on.
Okay.
Captain said
incorrect. So I've only got the top 20, as in including this season. He's not even in the top 20 now.
I said he was only 20 million max, so I said it was wrong.
I'm just making suggestions. You're the captain.
I'll give you the clue. None of the last remaining 3 currently play for Liverpool.
I think Fabinho could be one then.
Yeah.
Sean, Fabinho, please.
Fabinho's in at 8th.
He
was 45 million, so you've got 7 and 9.
A bit more expensive than Fabinho. Have we had any? So did you just say none's in the current team?
No.
They're still playing? Can you tell us that?
One of them definitely isn't still playing. One of them, I'm not sure if they're still playing.
Great quiz master here.
And sorry, one more question. What was the number for 10 and what's the number for 8?
So 10 was 42 and 8 was 45.
Someone between 42 and 45.
And that is the player who's definitely not still playing.
So that means they've retired.
You're good at this, you.
How much do we pay for Benteke?
No, Benteke would have been less than Andy Carroll, I reckon. Almost certain. Well, hang on, we haven't actually ruled out Andy Carroll was £35 million, 43 million euro. Oh, but hang on, has he retired?
No, is he still playing?
He's managing any
French.
He's managing up whatever. Yeah,
he's managing.
KSI is it Dagenham and Redbridge? KSI owns them, and he's the manager.
Oh my god!
It's got to be him then, surely.
Why?
And just because I can't think of another player that would have retired by now. Who we bought in the most recently. 10 years.
So we would have had to buy him like 20.
Andy Carroll was 2011 January transfer window.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. Yeah, go ahead. Go Andy Carroll.
Okay, incorrect.
Could this may be sensitive, but could it be a player who's not playing not because he's retired, but because of something that happened last summer?
Is that why he knows he's definitely gone? Oh my God, Sean.
That'd be very terrible, that Sean. That'd be so morbid if you picked this category.
No,
when that Diogo Jota's in the list.
Andy Carroll's 15.
What?
Oh, right. It's a bit heavy.
How is that possible? How many euros is that?
41.
Was that now? Is that then or now? Because like with inflation.
I don't know. Stop trying to make it all mathsy, Phil. Just get on with it. You're looking at two more players. What I will say is, you've said both players.
It's Mane and Jota.
Oh, it could be Mane, yeah. No, I don't think Mane was more than Salah. Because Mane was the season before Salah.
You're on your last one.
Mane like £35 million or something. So it could be that 42 million euro.
I thought Salah was the same, and he was around the same.
Carroll was 35 million, definitely.
Yeah, he was.
Go on,
was Mane more expensive because he was from a Premier League club?
Oh, we're on our Lassies anyway.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Go on.
You going with Mane?
Yeah.
Andy, are you all right with that? Because you don't look...
As the team captain... yeah, that's fine. I'll go with Mane, for sure.
Right. You are out, lads. Unfortunately. Mane would have been 13th, 41.2 million.
Who was it?
And if you would have listened to your captain, you would have got 7th placed Benteke.
Phil, you dismissed that immediately.
I'm not having it. I'm going on.
This is like that time. This is like that time when Henderson was trying to take that pen out and Balotelli was taking it off him. This is what that is in quiz form.
To be compared to Mario Balotelli is my goal. Oh.
That's a low blow.
And if you'd have stuck with your guns in that morbid line of thinking, you also would have got Diogo Jota at number 9.
That's heavy, that lad, I've got to be honest.
You said he was retired. I never. I said he's definitely not playing. I know that for a fact.
He's playing up in the sky.
Yeah.
Right, I've just Googled Benteke's transfer fee and it's £32.5 million.
Can't say market's wrong.
And that's less than Andy Carroll, 35 million.
Blame transfer market. That's all I can say.
You saw the rubbish.
Oh, unfortunately, lads, you have failed. You do not know your club. How does that feel?
Unsurprising.
Yeah. Right, go on. We will leave it there then, and we'll very, very quickly close it up with a closing question, which is based on this weekend. We're moving away from, we are moving away from football, but it's a big focus on Eurovision, which takes place in this weekend. I haven't got a clue where it is. I just know it's happening. And
it must be in Switzerland. Switzerland won it last year.
They won it last year, yeah. Okay, so yeah, Eurovision takes place. It's always a good place for a camp catchy song, and obviously football is also known for some camp catchy songs. Footballers have released songs, clubs have released songs. So the question for you is, if any football related song could find its way into the Eurovision and would kind of like fit in and be welcomed in at the table, which song would you submit?
So I'm going to jump on a very recent bandwagon. And there's two answers to this question, but this very recent bandwagon, it's actually my new favourite song. And that is Hearts, Hearts, Glorious Hearts.
You really are a traitor, aren't you?
Honestly, I am a traitor to my teams and my faith in this, but the fact that man got that crowd going with that tune, HEARTS, if you can't spell, here's what it says, is the best line in music history. I haven't heard this. You haven't heard it?
No.
Oh my God. right?
I want to listen to this as soon as I'm
going to get a link sent out to you.
Dude.
By the end of the week, you'll be in full Hearts kit, supporting Hearts to win the league. It's unbelievable. I'm assuming it comes up on a Google search. I think it must have been a cup song or whatever. But it's it's unbelievable. It's the campus song ever, and that's what Eurovision's all about.
Yeah, I mean, when Phil texted me that the other day, and I was disappointed because obviously me and Phil have trekked up and down to Hibs, and then all of a sudden one catchy song, his head's turned.
That's all I need. Hey, listen, honestly, some of my favourite football songs are Everton songs, so I'm just a lover of camp music.
Yeah, fair play to you. Anyone else got a nomination?
I see. So I thought like the criteria is it has to be like a team song, right? Like not like a chant.
Be whatever you want to be, Andy.
So I had two, but like they're not recent. Because I was looking through earlier. I was like, what football, either football team songs or songs by a footballer, and like they're all bad that I've come across. I was reminded of the Anfield rap. That's RAP from '88, which I was like, oh, that's how John Barnes got the gig for World in Motion like 2 years later, because it's not good. It's not going to win the Eurovision. And then I was listening to Andy Cole's. Do you remember his song in the 90s? Outstanding, yeah. And it is so incredible. Like, oh, do you know what? Like I might actually go with that one because it's so stupid, and it's like it's classic, that mid 90s beat. And the lyrics is like the song totally falls apart whenever I know I'm trying to plead my case for the song here, but the song falls apart when he starts singing, and some of the lyrics are like, whatever the weather, give less than 100%, never. And it's just bad. It's bad, but it's so bad that it's good, which is why I like the Eurovision. So I'm gonna go Andy Cole's banger, Outstanding.
Oh, we. Back in the day, we did a Maroon 5 for best footballer songs ever. I went with Outstanding. I love it. I think it's fantastic. But what I would say is, I think it falls apart, Andy, because Eurovision requires you to be charismatic and get on board. And Andrew Cole, is the most miserable man in the world.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure he'd get the votes in, would he, with his charisma?
No, he'd be heavily reliant on the pyro and the backup dancers.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you'd have to get like Dwight York and all the lads down just to there.
Yeah, exactly. Just bring them all back.
Yeah. I will say though, on the Anfield rap, as a Blue, I am aware of two 90. Well, I think you said 88 in the 90s as well. We had Pass and Move, It's the Liverpool Groove, both of which I actually think are very good songs. And the fact Anfield rap, if the Anfield rap happened now, I think the world would be a happier place. Do you know, if we could get football, just do that. Like you've got John Aldridge and Steve McMahon and Bruce Grobbelaar dressed up. Like, imagine how nice it would be. Imagine how much everyone had like Arsenal if they got like Trossard.
It was actually so nice looking at it. It was like, Jesus, this is so goofy and wholesome.
I think it's great. Yeah, and they didn't care about the fact that they look stupid and people will watch it forever.
No.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm actually a big fan of that, and I actually think Pass and Move, It's Liverpool Groove is actually a good song. Very catchy.
I do remember that as a kid, and I haven't heard it in a long time, but I do occasionally just sing it to myself. It pops into my head about once every half a year, just randomly. You know what I mean? Since I was like 7.
Yeah, just keep you going until the next half a year. That's all you need.
It's like a screensaver in my brain.
Max, what about you?
I sort of went like just a completely different direction because I just took it as like a football song, meaning a song related to football, and I think my choice wasn't even that, but it sort of did become related to the '98 World Cup, which Tub Thumping, Chumbawamba. I thought that would be I just picked a song that I think would be. But and I was also thinking
Eurovision.
I think I would win, though. Don't you think?
Waterloo.
But it was, to me, it's a football song, I think, related, because it did get like traction for the '98 World Cup. Then it was in the video game too. The FIFA World Cup.
I thought that song, like I thought you were going to say like 3 lines or something like that, but like
no,
but
for an actual song, Andy. I'm going for the win.
But wasn't it like adapted for the World Cup or something like that? Like I thought that song was its own thing because I remember the video had nothing to do with football, and then there was another video that was they're all walking and doing all the shite on the street. Unless I'm confusing,
you're confusing it with Vindaloo.
Vindaloo. As soon as I was saying it, I was like, no, that's Vindaloo. But crack on. Yeah.
If I had to pick an actual song like that, I'd do "On the Ball" by Anton because they are camp and I could win.
That's me and Sean actually made a version for that for Roy Hodgson, didn't we?
We did. That put on my Facebook memories every so often.
Can you post it?
One of Roy's ability to say ours.
Yeah.
We changed the title from "We're on the Ball" to "You Can't Say Ours."
And we listed, like the way they show Neville to Campbell. We did a Liverpool squad all with ours in the name, so it was like
it was way to Tower, as far as I can remember. And Towers.
Tell you what, we were cool when we were like 17, 18, weren't we?
Yeah, I was 15, so I could get away with it.
Yeah, no, I was a fully drinking age adult.
Have you got one?
Yeah, so my one, I think mine actually very much could have been in like the 70s, 80s, whenever it came out. Are you aware of Kevin Keegan's Head Over Heels in Love?
No, I've got to say I'm not now.
Oh, you aren't?
No.
See, that it kind of had a bit of a renaissance when League of Their Own was quite big, maybe 5-6 years ago. They got Kevin Keegan performed whilst on the panel. Tell you what, it's aged like a fine wine. It was good then, I imagine. I wasn't there. It's even better now. Kevin Keegan is he's a football icon in every way. Get him to Eurovision singing that Rama.
Yeah.
You. Bring it home.
He's got the charisma as well.
He does. Yeah. And he could also do a big speech if he felt like Sweden were catching him. You just got, I'd love it if we beat them, if we made up. Yeah. bring out the old classics.
I'm surprised he didn't just go for Spirit of the Blues, because that is the greatest song ever.
No, I agree. It is the greatest song ever. And I think as far as football songs go, that's one of the only football songs that is like fed into like wider media, hasn't it? Like, as in like, they used to sing it on like Soccer AM, they sing it on like other YouTube shows and podcasts and that. It just is actually unbelievable, that song.
And obviously, it played a big part in my wedding when Tina flipped the song for us walking in together to Spirit of the Blues.
Yeah. And then we ended up getting beat 4-0 that day or whatever it was.
You were actually, when we sat down for the wedding breakfast, it was 2-1 to Everton, and I was fuming. And then you went on to get beat 5-2 by Watford.
Yeah,
that was Everton, typical Everton there.
It was. Yeah, it does. When we sing, we don't know the meaning of the losing, and then you know the rest.
The woos are great, and I'm all for campness in football, because the fact that we were talking about booing earlier, booing is one of the campest things you can do, and the whole a whole stadium going boo, but like Everton really latching onto it and being like woo, all over it.
Yeah, I agree. Some good shouts there. Some great Eurovision songs and just some songs. Thanks, man. Right, so we will leave it there, lads. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for listening. Andy, thank you so much. We know it was touch and go whether you could come on, and you've made it, and you've given us a great episode. Where can people find your stuff, Andy?
Just Andy Cantwell on Instagram and Twitter, and I do a Liverpool related YouTube channel thing where I react to every match. So if you want to check that out, just find me on YouTube.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you very much, and keep an eye out for Andy on Stick to Football or Fan Debate. It will
be there.
Yeah,
fingers crossed.
Right. Thank you again, everyone. Please follow, please like, share, subscribe, do everything you can to get us some get us up the charts and all that. Until next time.